Hi folks, it's Chang here. We can talk about the Safariland QLS system, and we're going to actually do an install here on this Safariland ALS holster for my Glock 17 with the TLR flashlight on it, or weapon mounted light. So probably many of you have a couple of different battle belts or a couple of different external belt carrying systems, and threading and unthreading holsters becomes kind of a pain. So the Safariland QLS, I'm using this on my shotgun battle belt, and decided to actually put it on some of my other belt systems that I use for class, either when I'm taking class or when I'm training folks. So what I'm going to need is, of course, this is specific to Safariland, so I'm going to need a Safariland holster, and need an Allen wrench, and I'm going to need the QLS. This quick kit comes with 2 mounting plates and the fork system here. So you see QLS 19 is the fork. That's what's actually going to attach to your gun, and the QLS 22 usually is going to be the locking plate that you're going to use. So first thing I need to do is actually, if it's a paddle mount holster, I'm going to remove the paddle mount. I do want, for my usages, I use the belt attachment, so we're going to want the belt attachment. So that's the first thing we're going to do. I'm going to take these off here and go ahead and install the mounting plate onto the belt attachment point. So I'll take these screws off and be right back. All right, now that we've got the screws out of the original holster here, we've got our belt loop attachment from Safariland. We're going to take out the QLS system out of the packaging here. Comes with a bunch of screws and nuts, and I'm going to squeeze on the fork here, which will allow me to release it from the backing plate or the locking plate. Now this is going to mount, since it clips in like this, this is going to mount against the back of the holster, like so. All right, and then we're going to take this part, which is going to face out towards the holster. This is going to go against the backing plate, or the backing plate here is going to go against the belt loop attachment. So what I want to do is go ahead and line up the holes so that I get those 3 holes, screw holes lined up, and then I'm going to put the insert the nuts here and then put the screws in to lock those in place. So I'm going to do that here. We're going to pause the video. I'm going to put those in, and then we'll show you how to put everything else together. All right, so I've bolted the locking plate onto the belt loop attachment and the forks onto the holster. You see here there's some slots in here where I can actually adjust for cant. I prefer to run my guns straight drop, so I have them mounted so the plate is as upright as possible. You can do that with the belt attachment thing here with these different holes. I have this mounted as straight as possible. So basically, once you have this mounting plate attached to your belt attachment, you can go ahead and feed this onto your duty belt, or whatever belt system you have. You can feed that on as long as it takes a belt loop. The nice thing about the QLS system is it also interfaces with the MLS system, which is their MOLLE locking system, and those have forks, and you would attach this mounting plate to the MOLLE forks and feed the forks through your MOLLE, and then whatever gun you wanted with your holster, you could go ahead and just insert that plate, insert these mounting forks into your locking plate, and when you don't want to use this holster anymore, you would just squeeze the 2 sides of the fork on the bottom, and this would push out and you could swap out holsters. One of the things that I do recommend doing is after you put these on, the kits do come with a couple different length screws. You don't want to pick a screw that's so long that it protrudes through the holster. So one of the things that we do want to check is actually do a test fit. So we do see that my Glock is empty. We're going to grab the holster here and go ahead and do a test fit. We do find that it does click into place, and I'm going to deactivate the lock and pull out the holster. So everything seems to be fitting correctly. So all that's left now is to go ahead and mount this on my belt, and I'm going to do that in a second here, but I'll end the video here. You don't need to see me mounting this onto my belt, but just to show you how easy this is to put together and the flexibility that it gives you with being able to use the same holster on different belts or quickly change holsters for different guns on one single belt. As always, be safe. We'll see you out on the range. If you like this video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I try to put out videos as often as I can. Hit that bell so you get notification that a new video has been loaded. Other than that, we'll see you out on the range.